What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building. I will be doing your UFC Vegas 48 predictions, full card. I had to think about it for a second. But yeah, man, really good card. We did lose the main event, which was pretty sad, but overall, really good card though. Honestly, I don't know. I might stream it. Probably not. But I will be streaming. I do plan on streaming the Beneil Dariush versus Islam Makhachev card. Obviously, Colby Covington versus uh, Jorge Masvidal will be getting streamed. But yeah, really good card here. Walker versus Hill as the main event. We'll talk more about that later. But yeah, really solid fights, man. I honestly like it. Pretty sad we lost Dos Anjos versus Fiziev. That would have been a barn burner. I would have loved it. I think Dos Anjos probably would have won. I guess I'm gonna spoil it here, but yeah, I would love to see the fight. That would have been awesome. That would have been so awesome. But they gave us a great undercard, and hopefully Hill and Walker steal the show and do their job in the main event. And yeah, we get a good show. So I cannot wait to break these down and give you guys my picks. But yeah, man, let's get to it, man. Curtain jerker of the night, my boy Mowgli, Gabriel Benítez versus David Oyama. This one pains my heart because I think Gabriel. This is a bad stylistic matchup for Gabriel right here. I like Mowgli a lot. Mowgli's the AKA dude. You already know how I feel about the greatest MMA gym of all time, AKA. I love it. David, he showed a lot of great power. He actually had a pretty good performance against Mason Jones. He gave Mason some problems. He made it a fight, and it was fun. It was a good fight. They had a really good fight. He does have a 3-inch reach advantage over Gabriel. One thing that really hurt my heart to see is when Gabriel was fighting Corntillo. I just didn't like to see how his boxing output was. He's very stiff. Yeah, he just obviously was short notice, but I think Mowgli full camp. He has the experience. He's not the most durable guy in the world, but just with that experience, um, hopefully he gets it done. I'd like to see him kind of work in clinch work and wrestle. I'd like to see him. This guy David hits hard, has real knockout power, and I'm very worried for Gabriel right here. I'm really worried for Benítez. I wish the best for him. It really suck if I saw him get KO'd. I actually might be a little sad, but it is what it is. Next fight, Jessica Rose Clark versus Stephanie Edgar. Nothing much to talk about. I mean, Stephanie Edgar proved me wrong in her last fight. She won, but I think this is Rose Clark's fight all day. I mean, she matches up well with her on the ground, and I think she's a better striker. And yeah, I think Clark wins the decision. You already know how MMA. You already know how it works. I think Stephanie's good, but she got outworked in every aspect against Tracy Cortez. If if Jessica Rose Clark can't replicate that, I mean, what are we doing here? So it is what it is. Next fight, Diana Belbiţă versus Gloria Del Paula, man. Del Paula is a fucking a can, bro. She got fucking killed by Roma Delizzi's side hoe, Giant Buys or whatever the fuck her, Giant Velismus or some shit, whatever her name is, that fucking hoe. Did my boy JP Buys dirty. Diana Belbiţă, I mean, she was coming off a pretty good decision victory over Hannah Goldie. I think Diana's just better than this girl Gloria. I mean, Gloria got fucking kicked in her fucking face and just went out so sad. It made me pretty mad. I picked her there, so it is what it is. I'm taking Diana Belbiţă by decision. I think she's just better than her, and I don't think she would get fucking kicked in the face like a soccer ball and die. So I'm gonna pick her. It is what it is. I know. Next fight, Khalid Taha versus Mario Bautista. Man, really good fight here. I love this fight. I mean, Khalid Taha is tough as it's come. Mario Bautista is another good fighter. Honestly, I could switch my pick here. I am taking Mario Bautista, but if I see Mario Bautista with that mullet again, I'm switching my pick. If he's not rocking the mullet, actually, I'll stick with my pick, but I just know that Mario is going to lose if he's rocking the mullet. So hopefully he cuts the mullet off, but we saw with Mike Trezone, doesn't matter if you cut the mullet, sometimes maybe the energy lingers and you still lose. So I don't know. I mean, Mario Bautista's a really Really, really good fighter. He's only lost to some decent guys before his Trevor Jones loss, right? And then Trevor Jones was a bad loss on his record. Got knocked out too. Khalid Taha has lost to some pretty good guys. Sergey Morozo, Ronnie Barcelos. I know Ronnie's coming off a loss, and it is what it is. But Khalid Taha is pretty good. So I could see him winning this fight, but I wouldn't say pretty good. He's just tough. He's really tough. And I think Mario Bautista isn't as tough as him, but I think he's a better striker than him, and I think he's just a better all over fighter, or he's a more well-rounded fighter, I would say. So I'm gonna be taking Mario Bautista here by decision, but I could be wrong. Khalid could get the W here. Next fight, man, Mark Striegl versus Chase Skelly, man. This is crazy, man. Chase Skelly was supposed to fight what's his face? I forgot the black kid's name. Emerson? Right? Jamal Emerson, something like that? Yeah, he was supposed to fight him, and then I think Emerson got fucking back spasms, and it was fucking horrible for Chase. I felt so bad for him. Mark Striegl is coming off that knockout loss to, I think, Said Nurmagomedov. I think Striegl is actually getting a little underrated here. He's actually coming up in weight, so he will be gaining some weight here. He won't be draining himself. Chase Skelly's a good fighter, but I think he's 36 years old. He's getting to that age. I think he's at 145. 36 is a horrible age for those lighter weight classes. Mark Striegel's in his prime, 33. I know he's coming off a bad loss, but he got caught against a top 15 fighter. He's a really, really good grappler here, and I think he gets a ground and pound finish actually in the second round. So I'm taking Mark Striegl, probably one of my first real underdog picks here. I know maybe there might have been another one I might have forgot about, but this is the first one that kind of, is in my face. So I'm gonna be taking Mark Striegl here by second round TKO, or ground and pound in the second round. So yeah. Next fight, Jesse Strader versus Chad Anheliger. Anheliger is a contender series guy. Jesse Strader, he's all right. Both guys are kind of not good. I wasn't really impressed with Anheliger and what I saw in his tape and some of his older fights. I was actually somewhat kind of disappointed. I was like, man, what the hell did I just saw? Jesse Strader is not good too, but I feel like he's a more well-rounded fighter. He's coming off a pretty good loss. Well, not a pretty good loss. He's coming off a loss to a pretty good fighter, Montel Jackson. He has a fight against Rojo, and I actually watched that fight against Rojo. He dropped Rojo bad. He does the same dumb combination. He's a tall, rangy guy, but he likes to go to the body. He throw like 2 hooks to the body and then a hook to the head. And that's cool if you're like a fucking midget, if you're like a Hispanic midget, like kind of like fighter, right? And you're just like really short, you got T-Rex arms, you got to go in the pocket. But the guy's very long and rangy, and I don't like that. He has good pocket presence. I wouldn't say he has good pocket presence. I just say he has a lot of experience in the pocket. But I'd like to see him use his jab here. He does have a big reach advantage over Chad Anheliger. I think he is a better fighter. I think Chad kind of fights like him, but at least he has shorter arms. He's a lot more stockier. It makes sense. I don't understand why Jesse does what he does. He's not defensively aware. When you have these defensive gifts, you have really long arms, use him, use your reach, use your jab. So I feel like he's going into this fight hopefully with that mentality, and I think Jesse Strader gets a decision victory here. I think if it does get really dicey on the feet, I think he gets the takedown. You never know, maybe that fucking 2 body hook combo to the head that he throws, it might work for him. You never know, he might get the knockout here. But he catches guys with it, and he's knocked a lot of dudes out. 2 to the gut and then 1 hook to the head. But it's super obvious. I saw it in his tape. That's literally all he throws. And I was like, what the hell are you doing, bro? Like, fucking throw something else, man. Throw a jab, but he just kept throwing it. So it is what it is. If it works, why stop trying, Next fight, Jamie Pickett versus Kyle Daukaus. Jamie Pickett's taking this on short notice, so Jamie will have the short notice power boost, like I like to say. But Kyle Daukaus is way better than this guy, man. Jamie Pickett, I was so mad I didn't pick him against that clown, and I ended up picking that clown against some fucking Joseph Holmes, man. Should get cut after that. I was so mad at him. But Pickett, he did what he did. He was a better fighter there. I mean, not by a lot though. He wasn't that much better. But I don't know, man. I'm not really impressed with Pickett, man. He's so physically imposing, but he's just not good at fighting. I don't know why. I'm very interested by why he hasn't met his physical, or why his technique doesn't meet his physical looks. I would say, like, he looks great, but he doesn't fight great, which is interesting to me. Kyle Daukaus, on the other hand, doesn't look great, but fights pretty good. He's very nasty in the clinch. His actual striking is pretty decent, and his brother and him, they've taken some L's here and there, but those guys are winners, and they win emphatically, and they have really good fights. I felt like what he did against Kevin Holland was actually somewhat impressive. I know it was a headbutt, but yeah, I was somewhat impressed. Like, he made it dicey. I know it was a headbutt, but still, he came in there to win, and it would have been a really, really good fight. I would have enjoyed it. But I think Kyle Daukaus wins this fight. I think he's better in the clinch if it becomes like a clinch fest. I think he has better striking. I know he's dealing with a bit of a reach disadvantage, but I don't think that's going to play a factor here. Jamie Pickett doesn't know how to throw 1-2s correctly. He'll throw. I'll never forget his Contender Series when he just threw like 100 1-2s, but it wasn't impressive. I think Kyle Daukaus gets the victory here by decision. 29-28. He might lose a round. You never know. Jamie Pickett might get the round, but I think Kyle Daukaus should win this. There's no way he loses it. If he loses this, I'm like, oh, what the hell is going on? What's going on with the world? Next fight, Parker Porter versus Alan Baudot. Oh man, the people's main event. Alan Baudot, he's coming off 2 losses. One of them got fucking reversed or whatever. I guess Nascimento was on them fucking them horse steroids. I don't know what was going on with that, but Baudot was looking good until he was looking bad. He rocked Nascimento, then he got rocked, and then he gave up. But Baudot's actually not bad, man. He's actually decent. I've been fading Parker Porter ever since the Chris. I think, was it the Chris Daukaus? Yeah, it was the Chris Daukaus fight. I picked Chris to beat him. Ever since then, I've picked every other heavyweight to beat him. But instead of doing what he's supposed to do, is lose, he's decided to win. I think Alan Baudot is better than him. He's younger than him. I think he has. I know he got fucking dominated against Tom Aspinall, but I actually think Tom is actually pretty good. I think Tom's a really good wrestler, and well, I wouldn't say he's a good grappler, and really good striking, right? Really good boxing, really good hands, quick and fast. I think he's main eventing a fight night, so for God's sakes, there's no shame in losing to that guy. Parker Porter does have experience against John Jones, but got destroyed, which is funny. I remember John shouted him out, which was hilarious. Respect to Porter, but I think Alan Baudot should win this, hopefully, man. And my boy Fernando Lopez will coach Baudot to get the W here. So Baudot by decision. It might be boring, but Parker Porter ain't winning. The Parker Porter train ends today. Next fight, I'm doing a breakdown on this. Joaquin Buckley versus Razak Alhassan. I'm taking Razak by first round KO. Buckley's pretty good. It is what it is. He's a decent fighter. Throws heavy. He actually has a wrestling background, so this could be interesting if he does shoot for a takedown. But I think Razak is going to force Buckley to fight his fight, and I think Buckley's not going to change that, and I think they're going to swing heavy. And I just think Razak has more power than him, has beaten better people than him, and looked really, really good at middleweight. I know I ragged on Razak a little bit in his last fight before he fought Alessi Dechirko. I was really disappointed in him. I like him a lot, but because I had high expectations for him after he fought that, I forgot the guy's name, but after the Nico Price victory, I really thought he was gonna go out there and destroy somebody, but he's just been such a big letdown, and he's just been really. It's been hard for me to watch this guy kind of throw his career away, but there was a really cool moment when after the Chirico victory, he was talking about how his son was telling him, "Hey, Dad, you have to stop losing. You gotta win." And I like the guy. I'm pulling for him here, but we saw what Chirico did to Joaquin Buckley. Obviously, MMA math doesn't mean anything, but still, we saw. We saw what happened. And Buckley was getting. I thought he was he's going life and death with Antonio Arroyo, Deron Wynn's son, if you don't remember. And I don't know, man. Joaquin could win this. I do think if he shoots for a few takedowns. The guy does have a wrestling background. I do think so, and he can make it interesting. Honestly, he could win this fight if he fights a really good game plan, wrestles a little bit, throws the overhand, this and that, level change, have Razak guessing. But I just don't think he's gonna do that. I think he's, oh, my boy Colin Williams knocked him out, I could do it too. And I don't think he's gonna be able to do that. So it is what it is. Next fight, Jim Miller, my boy, versus Nikolas Motta. This was a fight that was supposed to happen a while back. Jim Miller ended up killing some fucking prospect. Well, I wouldn't call him a prospect. Some replacement in Eric Gonzalez. Nikolas Motta, I mean, he's decent. He's coming out of Factory X Muay Thai. I think he was training with RDA for the Fiziev camp. But I think Miller should win this. I think it's gonna be a good fight, but yeah, Miller by maybe second round submission or ground and pound. I think Miller looked really, really good in his last fight. I feel like you have to be the better wrestler than Miller to beat him. That's what we saw in his last two fights, or the better grappler, and I just don't think Motta is that. And he's a good dude, but you got to go with Miller here. I think he could lose this, but I think Miller. I think Miller's gonna take it, and I was gonna pick him before, so. Nikolas, he's a good fighter. Don't get it twisted. He's a really good fighter, but just Jim Miller's experience, and some of these vets, man. They teach these kids some lessons, and I think he's gonna teach a lesson today. And in the main event, Johnny Walker versus Jamahal Hill. I guess late replacement main event. They were the co-main event. Now they're the main event. I'm taking Walker by second round TKO. I thought Hill looked really good against Crute, but Crute kind of played a factor in him making Hill look so good. I thought Crute fought so dumb in there. He was throwing body kicks at air, throwing head kicks at air. He was using high guard, which wasn't bad. I don't think it's bad to use high guard, but it was weird. Like he wasn't. It was almost like he was blocking straight shots, but things that came here, like he's like this, all right. But he's not blocking anything that comes he's not blocking the hooks, right? So he got caught with a check fade hook, right? Hill's fading away, but I don't think Hill's good. I think he caught him. I shouldn't say that, man. He is a good fighter. I don't want to be mean right here. I just am not impressed with Hill for a long time. I've been fading him for a minute, and I just think Walker, from what I saw against Thiago Santos, incorporating more leg kicks, I think he's going to give Hill some problems, and I think he's going to catch it. I really do. This could go to decision. You never know. This could be fucking boring. But I just think Walker is a more athletic version of Hill, and he plays Hill's game. He's not so fucking stiff as Crute, and I don't know. Walker in the clinch is dangerous. He's dangerous everywhere. He's real super, super legit effective power. And you have to be technical to beat Walker. And I don't think Hill is technical at all. And I think they're both kind of a little crazy. And I think Walker's going to KO him in the second round. I really do. So I'm taking Walker by second round KO. I think he's going to hurt him bad. I think he's going to pepper his legs up. I think he's going to do that. I think he might even throw in a oblique kick just to fuck with Hill. And I think Hill's going to be thinking low, low, low. And I think Walker's going to throw something up to the top. And I think maybe a high kick. You could see something like that. I think Walker should incorporate that. I thought Crute was horrible because he's a stiff grappler. So you can't expect him to strike with Hill. But I think it would be really great for Walker because he does have those skills to throw leg kick, the high kick. See what happens there. I actually want to see what the reach is looking at. I want to see that actually. They both have really long arms. Yeah. So Walker does have a reach advantage. Use that jab, pop that jab out. Hill, he's very forward pressuring kind of guy. I mean, he's bouncy, and he's a bit of a counter striker, but he does put pressure when he sees you're hurt. Yeah, put that jab out. I think Walker has the tools to beat him. And I think it's going to be a really good fight. Can't wait for it. Hope you guys enjoyed the full card prediction. It's a little short, I know, 19 minutes, but it is what it is. We got a short notice, so sometimes you gotta give a short full card prediction video. But and Hill's kind of dumb, man. He tried to come from my boy Ed. I'll never forget that. He came from my boy Ed in the Twitter comments. So you obviously have to. You go against one of the policemen of the MMA bum jail. You're an enemy of the public. You go from my boy Ed. You're an enemy of eBay fight predictions. So I'm taking Johnny Walker by second round TKO. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I should have said this in the beginning, but I forget. Don't follow me on my fucking Twitter. Follow me on my Instagram. Sorry I didn't say it in the beginning, but it is what it is. It's only sorry for myself. You guys probably don't care. And oh yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, fucking subscribe. What are you doing, dummy? Subscribe. Go click the notification button. Share the video. Love y'all and goodbye. It's your boy eBay, and I'm out of here.